A free 50k challenge. A new prop firm. I've got questions, and I'm guessing you do too. A prop firm I've never seen before just dropped a 50k account in my inbox. Here's everything I've found so far. So the firm I'm talking about is Funded Trader Markets, and they launched in August 2024, so they're a new firm. And they're based in Dubai. They're so new that they're not even listed on Prop Firm Match yet. This firm has sent me a free 50k two-step challenge account for me to review and try out the prop firm and let you guys know how it's going. So that's exactly what I'm doing in this video. So let's get straight into it. Why traders choose FTM. 24/7 expert support, 100% profit split, on-demand payouts, best conditions. Now the problem is, all the prop firms, they kind of all say the same stuff about best conditions, on-demand payouts. So I don't really care about that kind of stuff because it's kind of like a copy paste that all prop firms do. They say no excuses, no delays, 24 hours or we pay double. So if they don't pay you in 24 hours, you get double. So that's quite interesting. And that's quite bold as well. So as I said to you, I got the two-step standard 50k account. If you were to buy this account, it would be $229. And you can see that I have a 10% target for phase 1, a 5% target for phase 2, overall drawdown 10%, max daily drawdown of 4%, profit split up to 100%. And they also have a consistency score. For the evaluation phase, yes, and simulated funded, yes. Please refer to FAQs for detailed information. Is there a requirement for a minimum number of trading days? No minimum trading days required during the evaluation phases. However, for simulated funded, there is a minimum 5 trading days requirement to be eligible for a payout, along with a minimum before split payout amount of 1% and 45% consistency. Please note, only trading days with at least 0.5% profit will be counted towards the criteria. Basically, in the challenge phase, there's no minimum trading days, but once you're a funded trader, they have a minimum 5 trading days requirement to be eligible for your payout. Before split payout amount, so you have to make 1% before the split, at least. So you can't just make like $10 or something like that. And 45% consistency. That's interesting. So just remember this 45% consistency. Let's see the next one. Is there a rule regarding consistency for two-step standard accounts? There's a consistency rule that applies to both the challenge phase and simulated funded phase. So they want to promote steady profit growth and help traders avoid emotional trading. I don't think they're doing it for the trader. They are doing it for themselves, and they're claiming they're doing it for the trader because it sounds nicer. Important details about the consistency rule. In the challenge phase, you should not make more than 50% of the profit target in one day. You can't pass the prop firm challenge in one day by either taking one trade and going max risk and killing it, or taking 10 trades. That's a problem with this one, because in that one day you could have taken a lot of trades. Maybe that's your strategy, and maybe it was just really good and you could have passed the prop firm challenge, but in this case you can't. I'm not too much against this because in the challenge phase it doesn't really matter, but I am against it for the simulated funded phase, because it's saying in the simulated funded phase, you should not have made more than 45% of the total profit in one day. If a single day's profit is more than 50% of your profit target or more than 45% of your total profit, you have to continue trading until there isn't a day with more than the above set maximums. So basically, before we go into the funded stage, in the challenge phase, let's say you go against this rule. That just means that now you have to make more profit. Instead of your profit target being 10%, let's say you made 6% in a day. Now you have to make more than 10% because that cannot be more than 50% of the profit target in one day. In the simulated funded phase, you should not have made more than 45% of the total profit in one day. That's a problem because let's say, for example, you're a funded trader. Let's say you make 1%. You can't withdraw that 1%. You have to come into the market another day and you got to make 1% again. Then you can get your 2% and you can take it out. You are limited because you can't just win one trade and then take your money out. That's something I don't like about this firm, but we'll see how this goes. As I said, I think it's okay for the challenge phase, but in the simulated funded phase, I don't see what the point is. I guess it's like the prop firm's trying to keep as much profit as possible, because that has now dropped your percentage of actually getting a payout dramatically down, because now it's going to increase your emotional investment because you've just made 1%, for example. You view that 1% as your money, so now you need to try get your money by making another percent. That's the problem. You have to be a stone cold trader to be able to not let this rule affect you. So I'm quite interested to see how I'm going to feel when I have this account and have to deal with this particular rule. Okay, moving on. The standard simulated funded account offers 100% profit split on the first $10,000 of profit earned. After reaching this threshold, the profit split transitions to 80% for subsequent profits. Note, this does not apply on free accounts offered via giveaways, games, and or partnerships. They are always only eligible for an 80% profit split. I can't get this because I got a free account, but that's a really nice rule. How does the maximum daily drawdown limit for the two-step standard evaluation work? It has a fixed daily drawdown limit of 4% based on the initial balance and does not adjust with changes in balance or equity. If your account size is 100,000, your daily drawdown limit will always be 4,000 because it's based on the initial balance. Day one, starting balance or equity is 100,000. Your daily drawdown is 4,000. Your stop out limit will be 96,000 on day one. Day two, let's say your starting balance / equity, whichever one is the highest, is 100,000. Your daily drawdown is always 4,000. So if you get down to 100,000, be that balance or equity, you've breached the account. Here it gives an example. End of day one balance is 104. End of day one equity is 102. Daily drawdown limit is 4,000. At 5 p.m. EST, if unrealized positions are open, then 4% of the initial balance will be deducted from the higher of the two. So whichever one's higher. I like that they've given you an example so you can see it. In this case, your day one balance is 104,000, but you obviously took a trade that's still running and you're down $2,000. So your equity is at 102,000. A further $2,000 loss by equity would breach the limit. Now you're at 102,000. If you drop to 100,000 on your equity, you've breached the account. So be very careful of that. But what I do like is that they used an example to really outline to you what their rule means. So you can't say, oh, I didn't know, you didn't really explain, because they gave an example here for you to be able to see. Do I violate my account if I'm above the consistency score requirement? No, you do not violate if you're above. You're required to simply continue trading till the point your consistency score is at or below 50%. Let's say you have a $100,000 account with a profit target of 10%, so you need to make 10K. You have traded for 4 days with the following daily P&L. Day 1, Day 2, Day 3, Day 4. Even though the profit target of 10% is met, the best day's profit is $6,000, which makes the consistency score to be 60% because it's 6,000 over the 10,000. To pass the phase, you're required to simply continue trading till the score becomes 50% or lower. In other words, your consistency score will meet when total profit is equal to 2 times best day's profit, i.e. $12,000. Now let's say day 5 is $2,000. Now your total profit is $12,000, best day's profit is $6,000. Consistency score becomes $6,000 over $12,000 equals 50%, which will make you eligible to upgrade your account to the next phase. Since there's no profit target on the funded phase, you're required to simply continue trading till your consistency score is at or below 45% to be eligible to request a payout. Like the previous rule, what's really nice is they give numerical figures and they show you, so you're not left to just read some words and come to your own misinterpretations. Is there a lot size limit that must be followed? The maximum lot size for each position is restricted to 50 lots. Nevertheless, you are free to open multiple 50 lot positions providing your account margin can support it. Are there any limitations on certain trading practices? This is very important. New scalping, rapidly opening and closing multiple positions within seconds. Copying trades, all the usual. So there's nothing that's really bad in terms of those rules. Are you allowed to hold trades overnight and over the weekend. This is very important for me because I'm a swing trader. Yes, you can. Am I allowed to trade news at funded trader markets? Yes, you're allowed to trade news in all our programs. We all know about this wider spreads, possibility of slippage. Fantastic. I like the fact that you can trade news and that you can hold your trades. So that's perfect. This is important for my strategy as a swing trader. I thought we should go into Trustpilot and see what some people have had to say about funded trader markets. But before we do, I just want to highlight something. When we look at a testimonial site, what we must remember is that most people who are generally satisfied with a product don't make any reviews. Usually what you see in reviews are the people who have had a terrible experience, and then you've got people who are being incredibly extra and they write good reviews about their experience. We're going to have bots on both sides, bots for the good and bots for the bad, because maybe the firm or someone else is spamming the site with really good reviews, and usually we can tell, which I'm going to show you now as well. And then there's also the bad ones, which are maybe people that hate the firm or maybe the competitors, and you can just see that it's very negative, but there's no basis for it. So without further ado, let's go into some of them. 274 reviews, 4.5. So that's good, but we don't have a lot of reviews, so it's not a very realistic account. We want to see a lot of reviews and a good score, but so far so good. Let's start off with the 5-star reviews. Good firm, fast customer service, funded traded markets, you are the best. Satisfied, have good spreads, took a couple of hours, good. Last year, one giveaway. You can tell this is a person because number one, there's a profile picture, and also it sounds a bit more human. Definitely FTM, a trusted prop firm with no any payout drama, average 2-hour and affordable evals. I love their fast payouts. You can tell this is definitely a human being. No restriction on news and hedge trading. I agree with you. That's very good. One of my favorite, trade handy prop firm. My first payout, well done. Best prop firm. Now let's see the 1-star. Some of these I am going to roast because I think some people actually write bad reviews when they're the bad review as a person. They're just a bad review. Because they don't look at rules and they blame prop firms. Funded trade market scammer. Angry emoji. This is probably a bot. Whiteout limit cross breach my account. This is worst prop firm because my daily loss limit is a 200 USDT and I'm lost 195 USDT, but FTM breached my account. Why? The reason why is daily loss limit is 200 and you lost 195. So I don't know if you've accounted for the transactions in that, and maybe that's why you were breached. Or maybe you didn't and the prop firm is wrong in this situation. But usually what I would say is try and keep your loss limit way below the daily loss limit so that you avoid situations like this. Scam. The largest company that steals people and impersonates them. Do not take accounts for them. Sounds like someone singing a song and they're going scam. And look, he ends it with scam. Perfectly executed. 4 scams in 3 rows. And apparently it's the largest company that steals people and impersonates. I don't know if they steal people. Maybe they steal our money. I don't know about stealing people. But let's find out whether there are scam. Your account was breached because you violated the maximum drawdown rule. In fact, we even highlight this. What's really interesting is that they go into a lot of detail with exactly what you've done. This could all be lies and they could just be throwing a lot of figures, or it couldn't. But the fact that they wrote a long thing, I mean, it's really good to see a firm replying to their comments in a lot of detail. Verification support team. I really like them as a trading firm. However, I'm not satisfied with their support team. I don't think this company is a scam. You can tell that this is a person who's just really upset with the support because they've written a long review. They've explained a lot of things, but they did say, I don't think it's a scam. They're just not happy with the customer support. We've seen some good customer support, some bad. So I'm quite interested to see what my experience is going to be, and I will be letting you guys know. Worst experience ever. I was trading all good. They closed my account, breached the overall drawdown while I was on profit. My bad. Didn't understand the rules. You know what? I'm not even going to read the rest of this because the moment you say my bad, I didn't understand the rules, you should have got to understand the rules before you went into this prop firm. And that's one thing that you need to always do, is you need to go and you need to look at the FAQs. You need to understand, which is what I do here with you when I go through any of these challenges. We go through the rules so that there's no lies from prop firms saying we had this rule already. You see all the rules. Did they have it? Did they not? We see, because I record it. You need to make sure you understand the rules. Ask customer support, get screenshots, make sure you're secure, that no one can lie about what a rule is because you got proof. So yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with this one because if you don't understand the rules, it's your fault. I'm sorry. Next one. Worst experience so far. If I had known some about their rules, I wouldn't have got an account from them. Too much unnecessary rules. Regret getting an account from Funded Trader Market. I was referred by this YouTube Forex trader and he never talked or mentioned about the consistency score. You see, you're listening to the wrong YouTube Forex traders because I speak about the consistency score. So if you're watching this video, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. It's not hidden or vague. It's clearly mentioned across on this regard about the consistency score. Look, I don't know what the situation is here, but that's why you need to make sure that you document and you've got your proof so that prop firms can't claim lies, because at the end of the day, maybe this rule was here and you were just listening to this YouTube Forex trader and you didn't do your own due diligence, which is why anybody who's watching my video, even though I do the due diligence kind of for you with the video, I would strongly recommend you still go into the website and you look at some of these things and make sure you understand them. Don't just rely on me doing the due diligence for you. It's better that you make sure that you know what you're doing as well. Worst prop firm with fake rules. I passed the phase 1, waiting phase 2. I need to meet another 50%, which means they're a scam. I understand this person's feeling. This consistency rule seems very annoying, so I don't blame them for being very angry. Dubious company. Push comes to shove, they will go to the lawyer. Because I had trades under 1 minute. Now the problem is, because you had trades under 1 minute, is that not reflective of the HFT high frequency trading rule that they have? I don't know if it was there before, but I feel like most prop firms already have this rule there. So why are you complaining if you've gone against the rule? But maybe they didn't have the rule, so I can't really comment. Obviously they're gonna claim that they did, which is what they did. What is very interesting is they give a lot of information on what happened in this situation. They don't say, you're wrong, and nothing else. They really go into depth. This is a whole essay. I'm not going to read all of it. You can if you want to. They are doing completely scam while purchasing an account. They won't show that the drawdown is trailing drawdown. Later they say it's trailing. Interesting. I'll keep an eye on that. It was maliciously disabled after opening the trades. Interesting. My account was wrongly breached and I asked support to reset, but they said there's nothing they can do. Again, a lot of information explaining what happened. It's the Hull company. Anyone don't buy their account, I'll expose them completely with proof. Please, expose them. Where's your proof? And then they said your review is not even based on genuine experience. I think it's time you show your proof, because they're claiming you didn't even have an account with them. Someone here is lying. It'll be interesting to see if this person actually has proof. But usually with most of these reviews, they don't have proof and they just claim something. That's why I have a lot of respect for people who show the proof, because if you're going to come onto a review and you're going to say something like that, you better be able to back it up with facts. It can't just be a he said, she said. It's a bit hard to know who's telling the truth if you don't have any proof. I'm not able to approach my client area. It gives me an error that fails to fetch. It is scam. That's a login issue, but it could be scam. I don't know. Prop fraud. Ridiculous. Traders will never withdraw with their rules. Doesn't make sense. Find other prop firm. They always find reason to avoid you. Only fraud working on demo account. How can they earn money to pay trader? They are casino. Always make gambler lose. That's wrong. There are some gamblers that win. I tend to have quite a good streak in the casino. I do win. The casino doesn't really like me, but I get your point. I think we've read enough of these. This could be a good firm, or it could be just another prop firm that disappears in a year. I'm going to test it out and I'll let you guys all know. If you're thinking about trying a Funded Trader Markets challenge, I'd wait until I get further into the challenge. Let's see how they handle payouts, how the customer support is, and generally my experience. At this moment, I wouldn't recommend trying this firm out. I'm going to be the one to do the guinea pigging for you guys, and I'm going to keep you updated. If you found this video helpful, please do me a favor, drop a like or leave a comment if you've tried this firm yourself. I want to know if anyone else has been testing this firm. In the next video, I'll be sharing with you my Blueberry funded update. Whether I win, lose or blow it, you'll see all of it. So subscribe if you want to see the real side of trading, not just payout thumbnails and Lambos. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video.